Ian Badger and Jean Bates from Sweet Grass Dairy. Melanie had to jump over here too because you said you love cheese. We are so excited to look at these. Everything you're showing off on this beautiful plate is all local, and you're going to really show us how to make the perfect cheese plate. I mean, way to impress all your guests if you're having them over for a tailgate or just over for a party. So where do we begin with crafting this cheese plate here?
Well, I would say our first thing is we're going to choose all these cheeses that are from Thomasville, Georgia, from Sweet Grass Dairy. So that's our first step is to take this awesome cheese from Thomasville, Georgia.
What does the difference does that make when you can have something right in your own backyard, even if you're from Tallahassee, just not long of a drive compared to getting something maybe that's processed and you don't know where it's been?
Totally. Like we are all about knowing your sourced ingredients, knowing where it comes from. These are the happiest cows in the entire country. I love it. We hear that the ones out in California are happy.
Right.
They just have better agents. Ours are actually happy.
They're in California, right? That
right, exactly.
Here.
Yeah, but our cows, they get to be on the grass, like eating grass 365 days of the year in the sun, never in a barn,
enjoying
life, and you can taste it in the cheese. These cheeses have like phenomenal milk, and that is what makes our cheeses so awesome.
What I love with experts like you guys when it comes to cheese, we're not talking about like Swiss and American and like the boring ones that everyone knows.
Right.
These are like some fancy flavors that we're going here. And when you can pair them with those other things, it takes it to really a different experience.
Totally. It's
Definitely
a full-on. We actually have, this is a beautiful blue cheese. It's got a natural rind, one of the few natural rinds that even anyone in the country is making, let alone in South Georgia. And then we've got our Thomasville Tome, and we've got a Green Hill, which is our version of like a camembert. And then Ian's going to pair these up with some amazing jams from Blackberry Farm, just in Thomasville, Georgia as well.
What is the best way when it comes to like deciding what goes with what? I'm like, I don't know, throw some mozzarella on my sandwich with a turkey, right? You know, what goes into trying to put these, especially when you're talking about fruits and sometimes different wines, how do you know what goes with the right cheese?
Well, that is a very complicated question that people spend their entire life trying to figure out.
So you just tell us the answers, then we get to enjoy it.
What my personal interpretation is what you like. If you like sweet and salty, then do sweet and salty together.
Sign me up for
that. If you like sour, if you like this, you know what your tastes are, and just experiment and go have fun with it. And then what we generally do is we will pull that sweet and salty out where we've got a sweet jam with a little bit more of a salty cheese, and then you just want to kind of like balance it and see what you like.
I'm interested over here. I see some pickles.
Oh yes.
Listen, I love pickles, and I would not think to put them with cheese.
No, never.
Now, typically we serve these house bread and butter pickles with our pimento cheese, which we make at our cheese shop in Thomasville, Georgia. So it's really just great. It pairs great on a cracker. We do a pimento and bourbon bacon jam burger. So the pimento cheese is very versatile. It's nothing like store-bought or anything like that.
Right.
It's just a nice handcrafted, made daily and made by hand. So
you get
it's
the
really
creamy
delicious.
flavor.
Yeah, and we actually use our Thomasville Tome in our pimento cheese. So it's not
I gotta get it there.
I'm
gonna do.
How many different cheeses do you guys usually make?
Ooh.
Do you have a a lot?
Yeah, we probably have 10 to 12 in our repertoire. We do
I put
these.
the pickle right on top?
Absolutely.
Go for it. Go for it.
These are our core cheeses right here, but then we spice it up.
I'm gonna take a piece of this
that is
cheese.
so good.
You gonna be all right? You gonna make it?
That is so good. And listen, if you're having a party this weekend, this is the way to do it. And invite me. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're picking your brain a little bit.
You got it.
I know you guys are the pros. All of their contact information and more of their advice is going to be online, WTXL.tv. Don't go away. We are back in just 2 minutes.